Hi, my name is Amy Tiscornia, and tonight we're going to be taking a look at my digital footprint. If you don't know, a digital footprint is kind of the tracks that we leave behind in the digital world. You can check your digital footprint and see what kind of things you're leaving behind by simply Googling your name. So I'm going to enter my name into Google here. And immediately several things pop up. Everything is going to have my name in it, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is me. So when we look at this, the first thing that pops up is a LinkedIn account, which is not mine. Then I have a Facebook status or a Facebook comment rather. That is mine. I can tell already because I know that I went to a Keena Grannis concert. So if I click on that, it pulls up something that I wrote on someone else's wall, which is interesting. I don't know why that's kind of the first thing that shows up, but it is. Also, you see a Google Plus account, which is probably mine. My Twitter account, which I use for this program, honestly, is the only reason I have one. This next one is not me. This next one is not me. So several of them are mine. Some of them aren't mine. But yeah, it's just kind of interesting. You see an Edmodo account that is mine. That's the one that I use for my class. So that's kind of cool. I do know and have some experience with Facebook and making sure that my Facebook account is private. Due to some family issues that my husband has, we actually had to go through and make sure that we had completely made every possible thing private, which is really interesting with Facebook because a lot of this stuff is really embedded deep into it, into the privacy settings. So like even when you put it on private, it doesn't necessarily mean that all the information is in fact private. So that's been interesting. As far as my digital footprint goes for my Christian worldview, something that's been interesting for me is that I recently joined the worship team at my church, and in doing so, we were asked to sign a contract, and a part of that contract was committing to keeping a clean social media profile and making sure that we're not posting anything that could be even interpreted as ungodly or unchristlike. So it has caused me to be a lot more careful about the things I post, which is has been really good because even if I'm just posting like a glass of wine with my friends, although that's not necessarily a big deal, someone could interpret it incorrectly, and it's just something that's good to be careful about. Another thing I can look at is the images, and something I noticed that's interesting when I Google search my name under images is that a lot of the people that pop up are actually friends of mine, so that's definitely interesting. This photo is a photo that is my profile picture on Twitter, and then I have several pictures that I have posted on Twitter, which reminds me or lets me know that my Twitter is actually not on private. But because I'm mostly using it for this program, that doesn't necessarily bother me. But a lot of these people, like I know this lady, this is one of my really good friends. I know her and her. So several of them are my friends, which has been kind of interesting. This is a photo from my wedding. I see some YouTube videos that I posted. But yeah, it's kind of interesting what pops up and what photos show up when you Google my name. So I actually had an interesting interaction dealing with information on the internet this past week. My husband and I rent out rooms in our home, and a while back, I think back in like January, we had posted that we had an opening on APU's website because they have a spot where you can post openings for roommates, and so we did. But this week, so several months later, we had someone show up at our door saying they were interested in our room and wondering if it was still available. And they had a printout of my name, my phone number, and my address and the ad that I had posted on APU. And it was interesting because the ad that I posted on APU has since been taken down. But she had pulled it from this website called Spotadoc. And when so she had pulled up all of my information. So that was interesting and just a good reminder that when we put out information, and especially personal information, even when we're doing it through a trusted source like APU, you never know what other outside websites are able to take your information. All in all, especially because I teach middle school, this has been a really good reminder for me. And I am going to plan on having my students do similar searches on themselves just to be aware of and have them become more aware of the things that they might be leaving behind in the digital world, because everything we do is logged and everything we do is tracked. And it's good to just remember. So thanks for watching, and I hope this was informational for you as it was for me.